Hi, and welcome to Inspiration from the Conversation. It's here that I hope that you'll find inspiration. I just want to say Happy New Year, and I hope those that have tuned into this episode, which is episode 20, I hope that you have a great year. Um, I don't know, I guess a few weeks ago, I left North Carolina and headed to Kissimmee, Florida for vacation. We left on December the 27th, which was, I believe, a Saturday, around about 8 o'clock in the morning. And we arrived in Kissimmee, I think around about 11:45. So who knew that it was going to take us that long? The traffic was terrible. I guess maybe about 13 people that traveled to Kissimmee felt the same. I would think that they did. We traveled in two vans, but leaving from two different locations in North Carolina. Our first major stop would be Buc-ee's in Florida, South Carolina. It's there that both vans would meet up. Getting to Buc-ee's was not bad. The traffic was smooth, but after this stop, it was terrible. Buc-ee's in itself was an experience. There were plenty of food and drink options, but no food options for people that abstain from eating meat. I eat eggs, fish, vegetables. During this stop, I did buy a breakfast sandwich and remove the sauces, which gave me an egg and cheese sandwich. No fish, no pimento cheese sandwiches, no tuna fish sandwiches, no mozzarella cheese and tomato sandwich. They had salads, and yes, I could have removed the meat. And they also had egg salad sandwich, which I don't like. After getting home, I did send an email detailing their fine establishment, but mentioned that there's nothing for those who don't eat meat. But aside from this small issue, I had no other complaints. The bathrooms were impressive, plenty of urinals were available. If you need to use the toilet, each one had its own small room. Above each door, there was a light. If it was green, it was available. If it was red, someone was in there doing some paperwork. I'm not sure how many square feet this building was, but it was very big. There's at least 60 or more fuel dispensers for consumers to get fuel for their travel up and down I-95. I see why when my daughter travels this way, she stops at Buc-ee's. I love her for it. I usually get some of those famous sugar-coated pecans that I like. Just keep them coming, please. But anyway, North Carolina's supposed to get one soon. I can't wait. Anyway, once we got back on the road, we continued our trek to Kissimmee. As I mentioned earlier, we arrived at almost midnight. After reaching the Airbnb, we got our room assignments, walked around and got somewhat familiar with the house and went to bed. Sunday was pretty much a kickback and rest day for the most part. We did run out on Sunday and picked up a few groceries. Afterwards, we all got together at the kitchen table, and my daughter and son-in-law laid out activities for the week, which basically included shopping and who was on kitchen duty. It was really well organized. That's what I'm trying to say. But later on the day, my son-in-law and I played cornhole. I would like to say that I won, but I didn't. I never do. But one day. Anyway, on Monday, some of us went to Disney World to purchase tickets, while others stayed back to relax or shop. On Tuesday, a few of us headed out first thing in the morning to Disney World. My son-in-law dropped us off. We spent the whole day and most of the evening at the park. Danita, who is my girlfriend, and I took pictures and some video and did a few things, but no rides. Can't take the rides at my age. If you would like to see video and pictures, this is my plug-in. Go to my YouTube channel, which is called Cars, Music, and People with Jeff. We mostly walked drank water, and ate at a few places. We brought water and a few snacks with us because prices were a little high, but the food prices really were not that bad. It was really dependent on where we ate. On Wednesday, several of us, I can't even talk, went shopping. I purchased a new pair of sneakers and souvenirs for my coworkers at Manhunt. Later that evening, Danita did a wine education talk that went well. I think everybody learned something. I know I did. We sampled a couple of different wines, non-alcoholic wines or juices. There were finger foods and sweets for everyone. Afterwards, there were games and music to round out the evening. On Thursday, some of us went back to Disney, while others went to Animal Kingdom, and those remaining went shopping or stayed at the house. On Friday, we started to wind down to ready ourselves for the trip back to North Carolina. My son-in-law, his brother-in-law, and I went to a fish market in hopes of finding some fresh trout. That was an adventure. As I'm doing this podcast, I really believe the problem was because trout is a fresh water fish, and most of, if not all, the fish that we encountered at the 2 or 3 markets that we went to were saltwater fish, which I believe was based on the demand of the area. But anyway, we ended up going to the store and purchasing frozen fish. Later that evening, fish, hush puppies, and fries were served up hot. Afterwards, there was music while the pool sharks came out and also the card hustlers. On Saturday, we cleaned up the house, packed up the vans, verified nothing was left behind, and began to make our way back to North Carolina. Traffic going back was great compared to the travel to Kissimmee. We stopped a few times, but was able to make it home about 9:00 p.m. Saturday evening. All in all, the trip or vacation was good. Did things happen? Yes, they did. But I'll never tell. I want you to know that it's very important to take a moment to step away from the job as well as coworkers, to step away from the current political climate that all of us are currently in, to step away from the familiar and embrace the unfamiliar and enjoy life. Well, I'm going to stop it right there, and I'll come back when I have more time. Talk to you soon.